Today was a historic, groundbreaking day in Memphis, Tennessee for the teens at Teen Slayu. This was the grand opening for the girls' teenage braid shop in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. And we had a miraculous time where the girls were able to have their friends and families to come out to support them. And we even got a chance to be graced with a speech from the mayor of Memphis, Tennessee. And we just want to thank him so much for taking the time out with us. And then we proceeded to cut the ribbon. The girls decided they wanted to make their ribbon out of a print braid. And we did it. I could not believe it cut, but it did. And so after we cut the ribbon, we asked everyone to fall in line so they can take a walk through to see the work that the girls have worked on for the last 60 days. So as you guys can see, we made it our business to give it 50 shades of pink. The girls and I, we worked hard where they did all of the painting themselves. As you guys know, we got the couch from a dumpster and we had it clean. We made the roses and the swing from scratch. We did a lot of our own things. And here you have me looking important with the mayor. They wanted to do an interview, and y'all know I don't like to be out in front, but I ended up doing it. And the mayor told me he had my back, which he did. And we got through it. They asked us so many questions, and we gave it what it was supposed to give. And then I proceeded to kind of mingle with our guests so they could feel welcome and ask whatever questions they wanted to ask. And again, I just want to thank everyone for coming out to show support to our young ladies, to let them know what it feels like to be loved and walking into their creativity and in their purpose. I thank you guys. I can't express it enough. I love you, love you, love you. And until next time.
I just want to start off by saying to this person who left this comment, this is one of the dumbest things that you could have wrote, because if you cared so much about what it is that the kids specifically need, you could get people together and start a school directly in your community. It's baffling to me that you would have people that would get online underneath a very positive post and decide that they want to throw some type of scrutiny and or negativity there, stating that, well, I don't really care about this. Y'all need to actually do more. Go out there and create some schools and this, that, and the third. Again, if you are that type of person, I'm asking, better yet, telling you, instead of writing that comment trying to say that you care, which is useless and you're not even getting paid for it, go out there and get people together and create that school. Shoulder and take on that community responsibility. Don't just say something and wait for somebody else to take the reins on that. You're the one that pointed out the situation and what you want to consider the problem. Go out there and actually do it. But I know, just as well as everybody else knows, just as well as this person knows, that they would never actually do it, because they themselves are not even actually about anything to begin with. So on to the more positive side. This has been one of the most dopest, beautiful things that I've been able to witness and see online in a very long time. Because normally the algorithm is technically crap. Now, of course, you can fine tune the algorithm and you can, just start from scratch and specifically gear it towards and feed it whatever it is that you want to do. But again, if you make one slip up and happen to see one post stay on it too long, or even bookmark or like a post, it'll throw it into a disarray and then you'll start getting a lot of stuff. But amongst all of the chaos that I normally see as a content creator all day long, even beyond the video that I brought to you guys earlier where it dealt with the young girl that was, held at weapon point, right, by multiple individuals of which who are part of her exact same demographic. This is one of the best things to come across my timeline in a very long time. And it's great to have more of this. I would rather see more in the sense of this than to see all of the most negative, abhorrent behaviors that people like to push out, and they want to have as some type of representation as the, young black girls and the black women directly up here. And it's also great that the mayor came out in support. It's also great that the family and other members of the community came out in support as well too. I very much want them to do as well as possible. It's not a hope, it's not a wish. I want them to do as well as possible, and I want them to be able to flourish. The positive thing about this is that them being so young and being a part of a business will help them mentally develop quicker when it deals with, how to run a business, how to maintain customer service, certain types of work ethic, which then will later go into the aspect of how it is that they will have communications with other people that may try to cause disruptions. Right? So because they're learning certain things that aren't being listed, socially, this is going to put them in a whole nother area, past where their peers are. So where their peers want to go back and forth and they want to engage in a certain type of way and they want to have a certain type of mouth, these young girls will understand that, let me conduct myself better. Let me move better. Let me try to figure out a way that we can both be happy. Let me try to de-escalate the situation versus adding more fuel to the fire. Their thinking and their mentality is going to be vastly different. And again, that's going to put them in a whole nother area when it deals with their growth, when it deals with the women that they are going to develop and grow to be, and how it is that they're going to add so much value to the community. And not even just that, them just doing this is speaking to the little girls directly. They might have like some little nieces or sisters or even other little girls directly in the community. They're looking at them and they're like, it's like, we can actually do this. Like, I want to do that as well too, because again, this is a reality. This is something that they're able to see. They're able to see representation. They're able to see their own image. Because again, this is not really something that is normal or normalized within the community. This is few, far, and in between. We'll have some stories where some kids started up a business, lemonade, hot dog, food, car wash, different things of that nature, but it's not consistent enough where it makes a difference. Where you have a lot of stories like that, and then you may have some other stories of some other type of stuff. We normally see the balance where it's all of the negative stuff, and then we have a few stories like this directly out there to try to show the young kids in a different light. Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the family members. Shout out to the mayor. Shout out to everybody who came out to support these young girls. And I hope that in many ways those same people will come out to continue to support these young girls, because they're going to need it. And like I said, this is there's probably a lot of other positives that I didn't list, but just overall, for me, I don't specifically see a negative in this situation. All of these young girls seem like they got their heads on straight. They're very smart. They're very intelligent, level-headed. They obviously, to the extent of their age, they know how to carry themselves, unlike other girls, unlike their other female peers directly out there. I see everything positive. And I would rather see more stuff like this flourish than a lot of the trash and the garbage that they put out there that is geared towards the young girls that you see in this video, towards their demographic. I would rather see a lot more of this taking place and happen, a lot more happy, stories, happy beginnings, versus a lot of the trash and a lot of the nonsense that I see out there that people would rather push, to try to have that as the energy, to try to have that as the story, to try to have that as the end game, to try to have that as the evolution or the growth. That's not evolution or growth. That's de-evolution. This right here, dealing with these young girls here, this is a full-fledged evolution. And this is happening in 4K at a very young age. I'm going to be very hyped to see what will become of the business and the young girls who took part of this business, how it is that they're going to grow and develop 5 to 10, 15 years from now. That'd be very awesome to see. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.